I can't think nothing better than spending my day with you. My life is sunny and better, girl, when I'm with you.
What is going on, everybody? My Nails and Tails crew. I am so happy that you guys are here again to join me on another episode of Nails and Tails. Now, I just want to know, how was everyone's Christmas? Did your kids get everything they wanted? Did you get everything you wanted for Christmas? Hopefully that everything ends with a perfect bang for y'all 2020 going into 2021. But today, of course, we're going to do another Nails and Tails episode. And for this specific episode, this set, not the episode, but for this set on this episode, it's going to be a very simple set. I know you guys are probably like, you still got them red bottom nails on? I do not. This just was a video that I did the same day to kind of catch up on my video. So all I have to do is voiceovers. But for the products we are going to be using on these nails, I have the Beetle Gel polish. You guys know I like Beetle Gel. And the number 282, which is a blue. I also am going to be using the red number 10 and the lavender violet collection. I told you all about them as well. If they had bigger polishes, I love it because it cures so perfect, especially their black. And we know black is hard to cure. I'm also going to be using my favorite as well, the Amelie Builder Gel. I use this if I don't choose to use acrylic to build up a hard nail instead of using powder acrylic, or for my clear nails usually, so it can be really, really clear. But we are also going to be using Princess Nails by Diana base coat and her top coat, baby, okay? Because I'm falling in love with it. Thank you, Nikki. You always doing good reviews on products so that we'll know what's good, what's not good. And yes, Princess Nails by Diana, especially her base coat. Her top coat to me is neck and neck with the Ab Gel. In my opinion, they both are very good and glossy and stays glossy. But this base coat, when I say mostly the base coats I use, when I cure the nail, the color be wrinkled up and I have to peel it off and start over. I have not had that issue with Diana's base coat, so I love it. But anyways, y'all, we're about to get into this story because this is the 6th episode. I need to hurry up and get this out for the end of the year so that way I can start fresh, new stories for 2021. This specific story is going to be called Clubin, Curfew, and Shots Fired. Okay? Clubin, Curfews, and Shots Fired. Now, on this specific day, of course, it was summer. We had already moved out of the city of Chicago. I was 16 at this time, and I was still going back to Chicago because that's where we're from. My whole family is there to stay for the summers. I've mentioned this before in plenty of stories. Hopefully you guys paid attention. But I always went for the summers to stay with my aunt and uncle who has the 5 girls. Now, before that, I did used to go to my other cousin's house. At the time, she was the only child, so I spent summers with them until she got older, because she's older than me. She's like, I don't know, maybe 4 years or so older than me. So, as she got older, you know, we kind of separated because she was doing other things and I was still doing kid stuff. So, I branched off to my aunt and uncle with the other girls. But anyways, in today's story, child, we ended up, okay, so I'm going to start from the beginning of the day, as usual. Earlier through this day, now the girls that I was telling you about before when I said that she's going to come up in plenty other stories, this is one of those story times today. And we got plenty more with her too. I actually ended up getting into a fight with this girl, all types of little stuff. We made up, of course, because we were kids. But on this particular day, it was it was me, my cousin E, my cousin V, and my cousin C. You know, I told you I'm using initials or nicknames. So, you know, one of their friends from school, whom I only knew because coming for the summers, but they knew these people, was throwing a party, a birthday bash kind of party at a skating rink. Now, Chicago is a little ghetto. Our skating rinks, some of them, not all, At 10 o'clock, like from, I believe, like 12 noon, it will open, the skating rink, 12 or 11 in the morning or noon, into 9 o'clock at night. 9 o'clock at night, skating rink closed. Everybody, the kids got to go because from 10 to 2, it's a club. And at these clubs, at that time back in the days, you had to be 18 or older to enter. If you were under 21, you would get a stamp on your hand at the door from the bouncer to let basically the people in the club as well as the bartenders know that you're not old enough to drink. Basically, they put the stamp on your hand. And well, which it still wouldn't matter because if you knew somebody up in the club, honey, you're gonna get a drink. So that I never understood back then why they did that. They've changed, of course, nowadays. But yes, you could be 18 to 20 clubbing with the 21 and up, but you had to have a stamp on your hand because you couldn't get liquor. Now, like I said, one of their friends were having a party at the skating rink, so we all were gonna go to the party. And we like, okay, yeah, cool. It's $2 entry. We're going to have fun or whatever. Now, one of the guys, I'm going to call him Lean. Leam. Not lean like the drink. Leam. Because that was similar to what his name is. Him and his brother was one of the popular dudes at this time. In their school, in their block, they were football players. Their mom and dad had good jobs, kept them good, kept them going, kept the new Jordans, like those kids. They had everything. And then it was only him and his brother. So, these guys who we always hung out with, not knowing at this time that Lean liked me and I liked him as well. Got stories about him too because we ended up dating for a whole summer, child. And that's how it led up to me and M end up fighting. But that's another story. I don't want to get off track. But Lean was like, y'all, we all should go together, whatever. Because at the skating rink, it probably was a good 12 blocks away, not too far. Some people be like, 12 blocks? I ain't walking that. But when you're young and you're a kid, 12 blocks is absolutely nothing. So we like, we're going to go, we're going to walk all together to go to the, the party or whatever, whoop-de-whoop. So fast forward, time came for us to have to go to the little party. I think it started at like from 3 to 9 or something like that, or 4 to 9. So we goes to the skating rink, pay our $2, get in. We having our little fun, doing what kids do. And boom, it's time for the club to be, well, I'm going to rewind a little bit more. M, cousin Mo, I can call him because that's his nickname. M's cousin Mo is, at this time, I think Mo was like in his mid-20s, probably like 25, 26 or so. But he was one of the coolest cousins of hers, like just real down to earth. He ain't even care, the type of person where if he come around and he be like, y'all want a shot? Y'all want to take a nip? No, we ain't supposed to be drinking. But, when you're kids, you do things you ain't got no business doing. He was one of those guys where he didn't care. So she ended up letting us know, like, well, y'all know my cousin is gonna be the bouncer here at for the club tonight because he was a bouncer. He bounced in multiple clubs in Chicago. And at the skating rink that night was also a different party that somebody else was having because the flyers and everything was all up. So somebody else also had an event going that night at the skating rink, which at that time it would be the club when they do they partying. So she was like, my cousin Mo gonna be at the door. Woo, woo, woo. Y'all want me to see if we can if he'll stamp our hands so that we can come in and have fun at the party. So we like, yeah, girl, whatever. We gonna do. So she was like, all right, well, when it's over with and when my cousin come, I'll talk to him and let him know. Because, this was back in the time where cell phones were in, but they weren't how they are now, where just every fucking thing is being recorded, okay? From fights to everything. But this was the time where they were just coming out with them stupid, it was a flip phone, but it was the big flip phone. You know what I'm saying? So we didn't have no phones or nothing like that. So of course when the club was over, all we could do was stand around and when the skating rink party was over, all we could do was stand around and wait on her cousin. So fast forward, party's over with. It's time to go home. It's 9 o'clock. We go outside Not even within a few minutes, not even 5 minutes, her cousin pulls up. So she like, bingo, let me go holler at my cousin, woo, this and that. So she ended up hollering at him, letting him know what we was trying to do, that we wanted to come and party for the night. Now, during this time, this was when curfew was in effect. I don't think curfew is in effect anymore in Illinois, or should I say in the Chicago area, because you see kids all night long, all day long, walking the streets and not being picked up. But curfew was real back in the 90s, okay? You would get picked up for curfew and get brought home by the police, and that's probably the worst thing ever. But for us, it really wasn't, because my auntie worked nights. So if we getting picked up, it's my brother who's gonna vouch for us, and we be good. But anyways, club was over. I mean, the cousin was like, yeah, cool, whatever, I'll stamp y'all hand. But he was like, I'll let y'all know, because he wanted to let a couple of people actually get into the club who's supposed to be there and who's paying to get into the club to get in. So we're like, okay, it's cool. We stood off to the side, we doing our thing, talking, lollygagging. We happen to look up, it's 10:30. So she like, maybe he forgot. Let me go holler at him, because the line getting longer for people to come into the club. She goes and holler at her cousin, boom. She waited for us to come on, because I guess he was telling her like, well, y'all come on then so I can stamp y'all hand and hurry up. So we hurry up, boom. He stamped all our hand. We all get into the club. Now, back then, what we called was a club was actually a juke party. So it's like you'll see people all up against the wall on a dude's private, just juking her butt, dancing, popping. It ain't like what you see nowadays with the stupid dancing and shit. It was real juking. And and during juking, what will happen is a man will be up against the wall, or maybe not against the wall. His boy will hold him. I'm sure some of y'all can relate. That's old. His boy will hold him while the girl is juking on him. And as the friend, you hold your friend's hand in the front of her so that she can keep juking. And it's kind of like a swap out. So after she do her juking and she's done, she'll swoop you around so that you can be on the dude now. And now you juking. So it was a juke. It was a juke. So that's kind of how it went. And nevertheless, like I said, didn't know that Lean was on me, didn't know that he liked me, but I liked him. So he just come up behind me. He didn't ask if I want to dance. Of course, you don't ask nobody to dance. You just jump up on him and you start juking, and you better juke back. Otherwise, why are you here? It's not like now where a dude can walk up on you at the club wanting to dance and y'all, don't be out up on me. No, if he come up, it's time to juke. You better stick your butt out and you better juke. So he came up behind me or whatever, grabbed me by my hips, so I knew what time it is. So I'm telling him, like, come here, grab my hands, 'cause it's juke time. She looked at me real stupid, like, I'm not finna hold your hand. Not knowing that this time she was salty that he was juking on me, because like I said, they never dated, but they were like friends with benefits at our time. So basically they were just having sex, kids having sex, but they never dated or nothing like that. But she was salty on me, y'all. So my cousin V, I guess, noticed it, and she came and grabbed my hands for the juke. So I'm like, okay, I'm juking. I'm getting my little juke on, having fun. Boom, boom. House of Maddox, phase 2. K59, U5U. That's the juke music back then. So, I'm into it, having fun. This heifer decides, now, like I say, if you want your turn, you supposed to hold my hands. So that means she was supposed to tell my cousin V to move. Hold my hands, so when it's time to swap out, we swap out and you can juke. Oh, no, honey. I got my cousin hands. I'm juking. I'm having fun. All I feel is a hip bump to like bump me out the way or whatever. So and it's M. She hip bumps me on up out the way and get the juking on up on him or whatever. So I'm just standing off to the side looking like, did she really just hip bump me and juke me? This is kind of was the start of how we ended up fighting too. But we didn't fight this night. But this is what started our low-key beef with each other. But anyways, so I'm just standing, I looked at my cousin V like, and she just shook her head or whatever and was laughing at it, like basically paying no mind, because if it had been anybody else, I probably would have slapped her and we'd have been fighting. So she shook her head on it like pay her no mind type of thing. So I'm like, okay, I laughs it off. No big deal, let her do her juke. They get done or whatever, but I end up walking to tell my cousin E, because that really was her friend. She was all our friends, but she was really my cousin E friend. You get what I'm saying? So I end up letting her know, like, man, this bimp, bump me out the way while I'm juking on and woo. So she ended up telling me or whatever, like, girl, yeah, they used to mess around or have sex, whatever, because they weren't really dating. So I'm like, okay, what they got to do with me? Which, my cousin explained, like, oh, girl, she's the jealous type. You know what I'm saying? Because she was a really pretty, she was light skinned. She had a big old ghetto booty. And she was a really pretty girl. You know what I'm saying? But she was real nappy headed. No cap. She was real nappy headed. She was one of them girls where she had a Tweety bird when she put it into a ponytail. So, but she was really beautiful. So in her mind, she always felt like the guy is supposed to be on her over any one of us, which is crazy because my cousin's name is fat. Okay, beautiful black women and yellow boned women. But and so the FMI. First of all, let me add that in there. But you have those women who just think they're prettier than you or think that they're supposed to get more attention than you, and she was one of those girls. So, my cousin was telling me or whatever. So I blew it off, laughed it off, no big deal. They done juking. Now, Lean came back on me to dance some more. So I'm like, cool, the music, the ambiance changed. It gets to a little bit more of the slow music. I think it was what is his name? R. Kelly. Because it was that Mr. DJ. That, hey, Mr. DJ. That song came on. And this dude wanted to fucking slow jam. So I was like, okay. What it is. So we up against the wall. He up against me. Kissing on my neck. We slow jamming. We doing our thing. Child. When I say, out of nowhere, these dudes, like a little bit further off from us, but literally close to us off in the corner, got to fighting. So, the music stopped, everything, what I'm saying, the bouncers or whatever on their way to go and diffuse the situation to see what's going on. Oh, baby. Before they even got a chance to reach anything, boom, 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 shots fired. So everybody scattering, we going crazy. Lean grabbed me around the waist or whatever, kind of still hold me up against the wall because everybody that's running and knocking each other down, stumbling over each other. So he grabbed me, we up against the wall or whatever, till we finally find our little opening so we can get out the door. My cousin, everybody else was already out the door, trying to, standing and, scoping out the crowd to see where everybody was at so that we all can link up together. You know what I'm saying? So we finally had our asses out the door. We looking crazy. Everybody looking crazy. We gathering each other to make sure that we all good. They was like, girl, what happened? Somebody just started shooting. And whoa, what happened? So, oh, excuse me. Excuse me, y'all. I had a little sip and that burp was, But, so we end up telling them like, well, the dudes who was fighting was literally right by us. You know what I'm saying? We don't know what happened. Maybe he was juking on his girl. I don't know. But, like I said, and at this time, people really didn't check you when you came into the club to see if you had any weapons or things like that. You know what I'm saying? They check your ID, make sure you're of age and you going in there. So, like I said, this was one of those places that didn't check for that, which was how this guy was able to get his gun into this freaking club. Now, we all outside or whatever. We talking. We kind of like walking off from the club area because the police and stuff is about to come. At this time, it was like 1 something in the morning. You know what I'm saying? So the club was going to be over with in about the next hour anyway. So, but for us, it was bad because we were outside past curfew. So, we all outside or whatever. We talking, we scattering. M was like, I'm going to see if my cousin would be able to give us a ride or something so that we ain't got to walk y'all and get caught up. She goes, she talked to her cousin or whatever. She came back like, man, y'all, we out of luck. We might have to walk. So we like, dang, okay, cool. We leave. We get to walking, heading on our way. Not even a good 4 blocks down, we hear, brr, brr. So we all look around or whatever. It's the police. They pull up. He pulls up. Him and his partner get out. Bam! Lean and his brother get the dipping. So you already know, naturally, we ran. And we like, not thinking nothing about it. Like, it's just curfew. All they gonna do is take us home. But, of course, Lean and his brother wasn't supposed to be out either. Because, like I say, their parents also was hard workers. They worked midnights, whatever. And it was just him and his brother. So, I guess they trusted them to do like they supposed to. So, boom, they take off running, which made everybody take off running. So we all finally, you know what I'm saying, get our catch up with each other, catch our breath, calm down or whatever. Like, okay, we ghost the police, we good. So they like, y'all, we can't walk down the busy street, which is where we were. You know, the main street where the buses come. So they was like, we can't walk down the main street, y'all. We got to walk through, you know, the neighborhoods or whatever and cut over and cut through. So we like, okay, cool. We do our thing. We cut over and cut through. Y'all, we literally makes it all the way to the hood. Literally. All the way to the neighborhood. Lean and his brother them go their separate way to go home because they was like up a couple of blocks. So we all split off and go the other way. Now M stayed probably like 4-5 houses down from my cousin and them. So of course we all walk in the same direction. Y'all. We look like you gotta be freaking kidding me. The same officers, y'all. It was like they was trying to find our fool asses. The same officers. Everybody scatter again, take off running. Now this time they chasing us literally up the street, you know where we going. Peel off, cut us off because we like crossing the alleyway. We running around the car, hurry up, get to where we going. We finally makes it to the house. M makes it running down the street to our house. Soon as we get through the door, literally the police and them hitting the corner. So as y'all all know, they parks the car. Walk up, come up on the porch while we trying to get in the house for my brother to let us in. They sitting here looking stupid, shaking their head. Like, why y'all run? You know, y'all act like y'all done did something wrong or like y'all criminals, you know, just talking to us or whatever. We like, because it's curfew and we didn't want to be down at the police station and our parents have to come get us. You know, kind of explain that we wasn't supposed to be out any dang on way. But nevertheless, they stood there like, oh, well, y'all caught, so we finna stand here so we could talk to the parents and let them know what's what, which it was my brother, and it was cool. My brother comes to the door. Of course, he got to play it off. What is y'all doing? What? He playing it off with the police. Get y'all butt in here, man. Y'all got to be kidding me. You know, he talking to the police. You know, I'm sorry, officers, and woo, this and that. You won't have to worry about this again. They bus is finna be on punishment, yada, yada. Child, close the door, get done, police leave. My brother like, man, y'all was supposed to been sneaky and slick on this. Y'all gonna get me caught up trying to look out for y'all, helping y'all sneak out. Auntie gonna end up on my butt in a minute. But y'all, it was so funny. My brother like, and you know, why y'all looking crazy and this and that, you know, what happened? So we end up telling him what happened at the party and whatnot, and you know that Mo ended up letting us in so we can have fun, this and that. And he like, see, and y'all could have got y'all asses shot trying to go have fun and hang with grown folks. And y'all know y'all was supposed to be coming home after the you know, after the party or whatever, because he didn't know we was gonna stay over because it was a last minute decision. But also my brother know us. He know that if we going as a group, we're not finna go do nothing crazy. And if we're not at home by a specific time, something happened, and now it's time to worry. So he wasn't worried about it, y'all. But woo, that's it for this story, you guys. I hope you guys liked the story. It wasn't a lot, but it was still something. And most of my stories lead up to a bigger point as well. Like this story is going to lead up to me and M and our fight, and me and Lean and us dating and things like that. But anyway, guys, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I hope you guys like this episode. I also hope you come back for the next Nail and Tale for 2021. Woo, woo. And also, just a friendly reminder, the next cash giveaway is on the 2nd. So I hope you guys tune in to either YouTube or my Instagram so that you guys can try to get some winnings and get a little money, you know, bringing in the new year with a little coin, you know. But talk to you guys later. Bye.